They're trying to be strategic because they want to cover up something that they did. Wow. And they know that they're going to be behind bars. And look what we have here. A bank teller is involved. All right. It could be something about an insurance policy. Okay. Spiritual court is now in session. All right. Holy Spirit, talk to me about cover up. What can we get with cover up? What are they trying to cover up that we about to expose right now? Yo, you cannot make this up. Oh my goodness. Wow. Cover up. Oh my God. And they're drinking to cope right now because they want to avoid having legal issues. All right. So tell us more. Tell us more. Whoa. What's this right here? Shit flew all the way over here. Okay. We have here cleanup. And we have here marriage. This could be something about somebody maybe getting an insurance policy out on someone that either they're married to, or they put somebody, or they put you in a fake marriage, because this is about you. Tell me more about this cover up. So they married them to get an insurance policy. Surveillance, and they have been being watched. Like they're under some type of an investigation here. Bottom of the deck, no strings. They did not want no strings attached to them regarding the situation. That's why we have here cleanup and cover up. They're trying to clean this shit up. They're trying to cover it up. They do not want this to come back to them, and it's too late. It's already coming out here. It's like as above, so below. In the spiritual, this is already being exposed. So now in the physical, it's about to get exposed. All right, these people, they have no idea what's about to, well, they probably do, because they know what they got themselves into and they're trying to avoid it, so they know. All right, anything else with this insurance fraud? What can we get with this insurance fraud? Okay, so it's looking like with desert, it's like real dry right now for these people. Like whatever money they got from this insurance fraud, yeah, losing sleep. All right, they are losing sleep right now. Bottom of the deck, the King of Swords. So the King of Swords is someone trying to come up with a game plan, trying to be strategic right now, trying to figure out how to get out of this, because they lost the money, or the money dried up with that desert, or they don't have access to the money anymore in some type of an account. Tell us more about this insurance fraud, Holy Spirit. So they're up at night, having sleepless nights. They're stressed. Again, they're trying to be strategic. So confirmation, trying to be strategic with the King of Swords. Trying to come up with oh my God, yo, Spirit is not playing. Look at it right here. It came out. Yes, Spirit is saying that they're trying to be strategic with the King of Swords. Like trying to come up with a game plan. All right. And then we got here. Wow. 7 of Swords. So they're trying to come up with a game plan because they stole. All right. They stole this money from you. It keeps coming out in different ways that they're trying to, basically everything that I just said right here is just coming out here like with more details, but it's the same message that they stole. The 7 of Swords is someone who was being strategic, who was being sneaky, who was doing underhanded behavior to be able to steal, all right, to scam, all right. So this is the person that was stealing and scamming. In the reverse, they do not want to be exposed. So again, they don't want legal issues. They don't want to get in trouble with the law. They're drinking to cope right now because they cannot cover this shit up. They cannot clean this shit up. They cannot cover it up. They cannot do nothing. It's already out in the open, all right. With this surveillance, they have been being watched. Somebody has been watching them, the feds, whatever. We're going to keep pulling cards and see what else comes out. But they have been being watched. All right. So with bank teller, this bank teller is involved in this. They was definitely doing some type of bank activities where they was scheming and scamming. And one of the people that was involved in this worked at the bank. And they're all going to prison. All of them. Yeah, I just saw for a payout. So they paid this person. Yeah, they paid this person. All right, to help them, the one that works at the bank. And this is something about an inheritance, land, or a house. Okay, the money that they stole, again, it's dry. All right, it's dry. They used up all this money. If they use up all the money, then you're gonna get assets. You're gonna get their house. You're gonna get whatever to make up for what they stole. They had to group up against you and they still lost. So you see, they grouped up against you. They even had a bank teller involved in this shit to steal this money that was meant for you, and they still lost. Tell us more, Holy Spirit. Oh, so somebody's wearing a wire. We picked up on that before, that one of the people in this group is an informant. Tell me more about this wire, Holy Spirit. What can we get with this wire? Time's up. Yo, what's at the bottom here? A court case. Yo, time is up. Somebody that is involved in this court case, in this group, they're wearing a wire and they're talking. They're talking. We've been picking up on them snitching on each other for a lesser sentence because they know that they're going to prison no matter what. So now they're trying to get lesser time. Anything else? Yup, community. You see? Because they know that you're going to win a court case. You see? They know you're going to win this court case because they know that they stole from you. And they know that the truth is out. So this community is starting to crumble. People are starting to wear wires. They're snitching on each other. And look, an inheritance, land, or house. They could be building a house on the land that they took from you. Take this how it resonates. Apply it how it resonates for your situation. And they took a loan out in your name. And there goes the bank teller. Okay, so this could be multiple things that they did. It's a community here, an organization. It could be a secret society. It could be, an organized crime ring here that was targeting you. All right, and they probably did this too. They did all types of shit. But take it how it resonates. All right, for some of y'all is that they took a loan out. For some of y'all, this is what they did. They got your inheritance. All right. Tell me more. What's this one? Someone that works for the government is involved. All right. Tell me more. Someone that invests in stocks is involved. This could be you or, somebody involved. Yeah, they're facing judgment in the court of law. They're aware of this. And one of the people involved was born in the 1960s, or they're in their 60s. What else? Working with the feds. Look, I told you that they're going to be snitching on each other. Somebody's working with the feds and they are wearing a wire, all right, in their own group. So that's good. Thank you. Thank you for taking your group down. But fuck you, because you tried to do the collective wrong. So fuck you and thank you at the same time. Oh my God. Let me put this pile of cards here together and we're going to pull from here real quick. Look, they're losing a court case. They tried to frame you. These two do not belong here. Somebody 35 to 50 years old. And then what's there? Someone that is fresh out of prison. All right. Those could be significant. We're going to see if those cards come out. All right. Spirit, tell me more. What does the collective need to receive at this time regarding all of this bullshit here? The witness protection program. So somebody is going to end up being in the witness protection program. Or maybe you are already in the witness protection program. Because you are part of this. You are a witness. You are going to testify. All right. Somebody with a short pixie haircut is significant. Corrupt government officials are under federal investigation. So look, they got corrupt officials, lawyers, judges, whatever that's involved in this shit. They're going down too. Tell me more, Holy Spirit. A karmic cancer is involved in this. The letter F. Breaking news. So the breaking news is going to be that they're going to prison. Give me one on this breaking news. Someone, look, I said something about somebody being fresh out of prison. All right, an Acura. Somebody has an Acura vehicle. Breaking news. You are the beneficiary of what they stole here. You were supposed to inherit this. And it's going to come to light if it hasn't already. All right. And then we have pull the names out, which I'm going to do right now. They made false allegations to destroy you and your career. All right. So somebody that's fresh out of prison is involved in this and they're going right back. They're going right back in prison for being a part of this bullshit. and they was making false allegations. All right, they really wanted, you know, to ruin you, your career. Again, they was grouping up against you to end you. You know, these false allegations could be also, if you know, if it's not a marriage that they put you in to be able to take this inheritance, they could have gotten an illegal POA, a power of attorney, and that's the false allegation, that they were saying that you are mentally unstable, that you are not able to handle this money, and that they needed to be, you know, given the power of attorney to be able to make decisions with you or with the person that passed away, whatever. There was some scheming going on here and false allegations. All right, let me pull now the names. So we're gonna pull the names out early today. Spirit is like, pull the names out, let's go, expose them right now. Okay, you got it. All right, who's involved? If you see your name here, this is giving you confirmation that there's a message here for you. If you see the karmic's name, this is your confirmation that they are involved. If you don't see anybody's name, it's okay. This is just another layer of confirmation for someone, okay? All right, let's begin with the first card. All right, Tracy, Kay, Louie, Steve, Bryant, Ricky, Mahogany, whoa, Gabriel. One more. Gabriel, Claire, Martin, Anastasia, Marshall, Marianne, Kay, Terry, Millie, Luce, Delisa, Angeline, Rosemary, and Diaz. Okay, that's one. Cameron, Peyton, Derek, Noel, Noah, Danny, Kevin, Andrew, Kat, Kyle, Murphy, George, Paul, Andre, Amanda, Liam, Nia, Maxwell, and Walker. Anthony, Lucas, Chris, Mendes, Mitch, Christy, Chapman, Maya, Wallace, Rollins, Jones, Kelvin, Tamara, Daniel, Khan, Otero, Jenkins, Karina, Joel, Rollins, Adonis, Josh, Patricia, Moore, Corey, Tavares, Arthur, Nelson, Annie, Billy, Steve, Walker, Jeff, and Sloan. Dean, Holly, Rhonda, Murray, Devon, Berkeley, Collins, Tammy, Sheree, Dion, Bowen, Judith, Cedric, Yvonne, Ortega, King, Burton, and Bynum. Alexis, Annie, Nelson, Amanda, Nikki, Nick, Nicole, Lopez, Jonah, Tracy, Scott, Greg, Freddie, Lewis, Rain, and Todd. All right, y'all. So I'm going to pull one more message, and then we're going to close this out. Let's see, Holy Spirit. What does the collective need to receive regarding this situation? Okay, your family is involved in this. Your relative is, look, your family and your relative, okay, they're a Mason, all right? So they're involved in all this shit. That's why, it's, like I said, it's an organization, all right? Masons or the Eastern Stars. Wow, you cannot make this up. If it's a female, she's an Eastern Star, which is the same thing. Organization, secret society, community, whatever you want to call it, they're a part of a cult, all right? And that's what they do. They target the chosen ones, allegedly. Not all of them, some of them. And this is the ones that do it. All right. They was all laughing while they cut you out and betrayed you. Now you're the last one laughing. Haha, bitches. Okay. Because this is what they was doing. This is your family that was doing this shit. They cut you out. You are the beneficiary. And they was all laughing when they took this money. They was all happy. They was all living lavishly off of your money. They thought it was all good and dandy. But now who's laughing? You laughing because they're going to prison. All right, we have your squatter rights scam. That's very specific for someone, that somebody, it could be about a house, maybe one of these houses or something. Somebody was planning to do this, you know, to act like they have squatter rights. Unfortunately, they do. I think it's after 30 days or something like that. If you've been living there, you could stay there with the squatter rights bullshit. All right, so that's for somebody. They was trying to do that. Yeah, look, a very calculated person. All right, they was trying to come up with a plan to stay in a house or something like that. All right, we have here fraud attorney. Okay, so a fraud attorney is involved. This is, again, with the fraud that they did. And look, confirmation. They hired a lawyer. So they hired a lawyer, a fraud attorney. Okay, they're scared. They're panicking. People are starting to snitch. They don't know what else to do. Tell me more. We saw last reading that they was trying to look for loopholes with their lawyer. Confirmation. We have here the crooked lawyer. Okay, so look, hired a lawyer, fraud attorney, and a crooked male attorney. Listen, Spirit is letting us know the person that they're talking to right now is crooked. All right. And we had more confirmation of that with corrupt government officials that are under investigation. All right. So these are people that are going down with the karmics. Like, they're all going to be cellmates together. They're going to be friends for life, you know. They're going to be living out their golden years, because we got people in their 60s right here. They're going to be living out their golden years together in prison. Yeah, I just saw one of the cards that wanted to show me the age, but I'll see if it comes back out. Tell me more, Holy Spirit. Right here. Confirmation. I'm telling you, they're 56 to 65 in their 60s. And that's how they're going to live out their golden years, by being behind bars, you know, with their new crooked male attorney friend. And this card is specific. It says a male here. Try this again. Oh, okay. Look, frozen accounts. That's what I was getting with the desert. Like, they don't have access to this money. All right, your sibling's friend, a female, is involved in this. Tell me more. She could be the one that works at the bank. We got a bounty hunter. Okay, so there's gonna be a bounty hunter that's gonna be needed for these people or some shit. Wow, look at that. It's going to be on the news. Yeah, we have information. It's going to be on the news about a bounty hunter having to go look for these people and finding their asses. Oh, B. All right. So somebody's first name, middle name, last name has a B in it. We have DUI. Somebody's going to get locked up for that. We have here, well, DUI, you know, they're going to be cardless. Oh, maybe that's why we have this card right here that says cardless, that was on top of these cards. Cardless. All right, so that's connecting to that. They're gonna lose their car. Goat. Somebody is born in one of these years, or something significant happened in one of these years. Okay, they forged documents. This could be the will that they changed it. They took you out of it, or the document, the marriage. They put you in this marriage to be able to steal this from you. And your maternal aunt. So your mother's sister is involved in this. This could be the ringleader, the one who came up with all of this shit. Your mom could have passed away, your grandma, your grandpa, somebody passed away, and they left you this in the will, and this family member, they was in charge of it, and they took you off illegally. You know, that means that there's an original will with your name on it as the beneficiary, but there's something that they fabricated that is not correct, and that's how they was able to get this shit done. All right, and this is not something that's easy. They're part of an organization, a community. They have connections. They have Masons everywhere. They have Eastern Stars everywhere. They have, you know, if it's not Eastern Star or Mason, it could be a sorority, a fraternity, some type of organization that they're everywhere. They're in the courts. They're in the hospitals. They're everywhere. Okay, so that's how they was able to do these things, because they have these connections. But there was gonna be an ending to this at one point. Like, they thought that they was just gonna keep on going like this. Nah, they met the right one and the wrong one with you. They was able to do this to anybody else, but you a chosen one. You are their karma. So this is the last time that they're gonna do this shit. They're gonna go to prison. Like, this ain't happening no more. All right, and the little group organization, they're gonna let them take the fall, because these people are becoming a problem, you know, like they're becoming a problem. They're not really, you know, bringing anything into the community but a bad name, and they're making it hot for these people, because now, you know, people are seeing that the Masons be doing this type of shit, the Eastern Stars, and it's because these people is moving recklessly out here. Like I said, everybody is not wicked, you know, everybody's not a karmic in those organizations, but there's little groups within these groups right here, into, you know, these organizations, where they do be doing all types of crazy shit, you know, to level up in ranking. They do all types of shit, allegedly. Okay, so they targeted you, and now it's over. All right, you won. That's how this was always going to end, with you winning. You're going to get your money back. You're going to get everything back. You're going to be happy, and they're going to be stressed and pressed, living out their golden years behind bars. Okay, Twinkies galore, or what is it now? Honey buns galore. All right, like I be watching shows about people in prison, and they love honey buns, so they're gonna love honey buns behind bars. Okay, B for buns. Oh, buns. They're gonna love their buns. Okay, shit. Anyways, that's what I got here. Spiritual court is now adjourned. Peace.